How these three pitchers dominated the league for a decade. They weren't just pitchers, they were maestros, conductors of chaos on the mound. From the early 90s to the early 2000s, the Atlanta Braves unleashed a three-headed monster that terrorized Major League Baseball: Smoltz, Glavine, Maddux. Three names that together formed what many consider to be the greatest starting rotation in the history of the game. Today, we dive into how this trio not only dominated an era, but rewrote the playbook on what it meant to be elite. But before we do, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any amazing baseball history. The Braves' golden era didn't happen overnight. It was the result of smart drafting, patient development, and key acquisitions. Tom Glavine was drafted by the Braves in 1984. Left-handed, cool under pressure, and armed with a changeup that could hypnotize hitters, by the late 80s he was already showcasing ace potential. John Smoltz, a different story. He was traded to the Braves in 1987 in one of the most lopsided trades in history. Detroit got Doyle Alexander. Atlanta got a future Hall of Famer. Then came the magician, Greg Maddux. In 1992, fresh off a Cy Young season with the Cubs, Maddux shocked the baseball world and signed with Atlanta. It wasn't just about money. He wanted to win. And with the Braves, he saw the future. Let's break down what made each pitcher legendary. Glavine wasn't overpowering. His fastball barely touched the low 90s, but he painted corners like a master artist. His changeup? Deadly. Hitters knew it was coming and still couldn't touch it. Smoltz was the fire, a power pitcher with a devastating slider and a fastball that exploded out of his hand. He could strike out anyone, anytime. Injuries later moved him to the bullpen, where he became an elite closer, but he always returned to start when it mattered. Maddux was the professor. Surgical, efficient. He didn't throw hard, mid to high 80s, but he played chess when everyone else played checkers. He studied hitters, memorized their tendencies, then dismantled them with movement and location. Between them, over 800 career wins, 8 Cy Young Awards, 30 All-Star appearances, and 3 Hall of Fame plaques. 1995 was the peak. After years of knocking on the door, the Braves kicked it down. They finished the regular season with 90 wins, the rotation filthy, and the postseason clinical. Greg Maddux led the charge, going 19-2 in the regular season with a microscopic 1.63 ERA. Smoltz and Glavine followed suit, dominating in October. In the World Series against the Cleveland Indians, Glavine took center stage in Game 6 and was named Series MVP. The Braves were finally world champions, and the trio at the top made it inevitable. In 1998, the Big Three combined for 55 wins and only 18 losses, with all three of them having an ERA around the mid-twos. From 1991 to 2005, the Braves won their division every single year, except 1994, but hey, that season never finished due to a strike. That's 14 straight division titles. Think about that. In a sport defined by parity, by injuries, by randomness, the Braves were the constant. Why? Because 3 out of 5 nights you were facing a Hall of Famer. Maddux won 4 consecutive Cy Young Awards from 1992 to 1995. Glavine added 2 of his own. Smoltz, he reinvented himself and won the award in 1996 with 276 strikeouts. They didn't just eat innings, they devoured lineups. Over a decade, they helped the Braves become the winningest team in baseball. When we talk about best rotations ever, names like the 71 Orioles or the 86 Mets get tossed around, but no trio did it as long or as consistently as Maddux, Glavine, and Smoltz. And they had chemistry. Off the field, they were pranksters. Teammates called them the Three Wise Men. They studied the game, pushed each other, and shared a level of respect and competitiveness that elevated everyone around them. And when it was over, Cooperstown called. All three were inducted into the Hall of Fame. Fitting, because what they did in Atlanta wasn't just great pitching, it was generational dominance. 3 pitchers, 1 franchise, a decade of destruction. Smoltz, Glavine, Maddux. The greatest starting rotation in baseball history? You decide. Go ahead and like the video and let us know what you think in the comments.